Alright, looks like we may be live here. I'm Soren, with me is Zeb. We're going to be casting this pre-season match of the European Nations Cup between France and Germany. No, not France and Germany, sorry, France and Belgium. Swamp Germany, as some call it, or Swamp France, sorry. So, should be good. Is this live? The players are acting like it's live, but I'm not quite sure if it is. I'm guessing that it is, based off the way that people are playing. Let's see here. Looks like people aren't just messing around, so I guess let's see. We've got some French team seems to be mostly composed of LP players with a Pirates player as well in there, and some
Seems kind of odd that it is live. The Belgian team appears to be down 2 players, which is unfortunate for them.
Definitely. Of course, it is just a scrim, so it's not like it will have any bearing on their performance in the actual tournament, just a practice, but obviously playing down a player is not the most efficient practice.
As this goes on, the entire Belgian team gets wiped. They just respawn now. Trench is already capped, so
Yeah,
not very
great.
good. Not a good start.
Not a good start for them. Let's check out Nitrix. He seems to be lagging. I'm not sure if that's lag from me being on the NA server and watching this, or me being in NA and watching this, but he seemed to be lagging there a little bit. Looks like Nitrix is actually having some terrible lag. I'm not sure why that is.
It's already down to 1 again, so
Yep. They
would
already
be 5 players now. Another disconnect.
Yep.
But not a very good start.
Not a very good start for Team Belgium, no.
Definitely not what you wanna be going for.
Probably not. Looks like the tech is on the side of Team France today.
Take your mix up a frag though. He can get you. Oh, he missed a sharp though.
Let's hop on daycare here if I can find him.
Probably not the best strat to basically YOLO over barbed wire into the middle of a trench.
Probably not. Let's see what one pitch can do here using the MP40, an interesting choice of weapon. But can be effective. Oh, he does get a kill with it. See if he can get a foothold in this trench. He does 3 people now in the trench for Team Belgium. Best chance they've had so far. Let's see what Reverent can do.
I would like to point out that LP bench hole is using a trench club.
That is an interesting tactic. I'm not sure that Team France is taking this too seriously right now, considering they're up 2 players.
Oh,
Looks like there may be, okay, we do have 7 players for Team Belgium. This is the best run they've had of it so far. And they've got a decent foothold as well with Reverent here. Oh, and he misses an easy shot. Gets his brains blown out there.
Goodness.
Nitrix getting absolutely crushed there. Felix getting that kill.
Belgians had a lot going for them there, but they just didn't do anything off of it. I mean, a lot of shots missed. Not able to really get a foothold.
Daycare getting a trade, but it's not enough as he gets traded as well.
So now the Belgians are back on the attack from no mans and
quite spread out as well.
Side.
Well, we do have one pitch pushing on the right, maybe acting as a distraction with that MP40. Gets a nice one tap. Gets 2 kills. Nice play by one pitch with that MP40. Pretty good with that weapon. And tries to go for the jumping shot, but misses it. Let's hop in with Sharp using that sawn-off SMLE. Interesting choice of a weapon there. Misses out on Daycare. Nitrix seeming to have some terrible lag right now, at least on my end. Let's see if we can hop in with another Belgian player here. Reverent. He did okay earlier, getting a foothold, made the correct play. One pitch going insane with this MP40, actually, over and over. Quite impressive. Let's hop in with Reverent. They've dropped some gas now, pushing in through that. Interesting strategy, especially on Champagne, where, there's plenty of cover to advance already. To be using gas is certainly an interesting decision.
And the Belgians just like that wiped the entire French team. That's the whole French team dead.
Yeah, looks like, well, they do have 7 people now, which
and now that the gas is down, this will be an interesting retake for the French who are spawning in mid.
I'm gonna keep
a gap in the Belgian defense actually. If this mid spawn, this could work out.
Let's see what Daycare can do. He's towards the mid. Well, the other player in the middle goes down. They've capped the trench, but they're gonna have to quickly put back this attack that is already gaining some force. They have a player in the trench. Oh, they take him down. There's 2 more left now. Daycare doing a little bit of flanking through the no-mans, but his teammate gets the kill before he gets the chance. And that's going to be a wipe for the Belgians, or for the French, rather. Just 2 players alive now, pushing through no man's. So a bit of a comeback there for Belgium.
Having trouble there.
Having a little bit of trouble, yeah. Much like the French team at this moment.
The whole team is on the right side from the Belgian perspective, so this is going to be just a hard push. See if the Belgians can shut it down.
And to be honest, on Champagne, that is probably the most effective tactic, is just pushing all together in one area because of how easy it is to brute force your way through these trenches. Spreading out, maybe not as good because you're going to have a lot of like tight chokes to try and push through one-on-one, which isn't great. So maybe working with your team.
Connectors, it's really just need your teammates there to trade you because it's kind of inevitable to die. That situation there.
So, good on Team France for using that decent tactic of all sticking together, but didn't seem to work out too well for them. They do have... It seems there may be a player...
Nice try there from Daycare. Hits Lassance in the mid.
See what Death of Duck can do. Oh, gets quickly traded by Tourer. Let's hop over... he doesn't really have anyone near him. Let's see what Archibald can do here. He's playing very, very passive, actually. Let's see. Chico got a foothold here for the French team. Just a little bit. And gonna get picked off by Daycare. Daycare just making work of this team right now. Really having a good time. Going 11-8. Highest fragger on the server at this point.
Sharp's at 12-5. Just gotta...
Yes, he is.
He's really taking control of the entire right side for his team, though, but the Belgian spawn comes in on the right, so if Sharp can kill them, this would be massive, but I don't think he's gonna get many.
Let's see what one pitch can do here. One pitch coming behind Sharp. Is it enough? No. Oh, he just sprays him down with the MP18.
Sharp missed pretty much point blank Sharp with that sawed off, so easy frag for...
Well, not doing well for himself by using that sawed off as well, sort of playing on hard mode.
But despite that, they still cap the trench back, so France gets the initiative back in the match.
Felix falling back. Let's see what Patate can do. Seems a little bit confused about what to do at this point. Obviously, this is the first time these teams are practicing together, so they may be a little bit disorganized.
I think the major factor is actually Champagne.
Yeah, well, it is
the inherent nature of this map.
It is a little bit chaotic. I have played scrims on this map before, and it's a little bit random. Nitrix maybe hopefully not having as much trouble with lag. I think you might be able to see some players there. I don't know, hard to tell.
I believe the gas is from the Belgian team that just went down the far right. It'd be kind of weird if it was the French gas. Gillette did gas their own trench, something they have control of.
Yeah, that would be strange, so probably coming from the Belgians. Let's see what Sharp can do here, having a good game with those nades. That's probably where a lot of those 12 kills he's got, actually probably higher now.
I think Captain E just threw a grenade at his teammate.
Well, lucky for him, there is no friendly fire on right now because it is quite broken.
Sharp
just showing... Sharp doing very well with the sawn-off SMLE, surprisingly.
That gun is bad in that it has a terrible remote and no sight, but it's actually still pretty accurate and relatively effective in terms of damage and accuracy.
Also, obviously, your peripheral vision is very good since it basically has no sight, so...
Patsy missing the shot, getting bashed in by eventual.
Tourer gets a trade though.
Revenant gonna shut down Shovel or Clubman there. Probably not the best strat, to be honest.
Certainly, I suppose, may intimidate your opponent, but might not get you very many kills. Tourer going, gets the trade. Or not, yeah, well, it is a trade because one pitch gets those kills very quickly with that MP18. He's good with that weapon.
Yeah, really one pitch in Daycare right now are just fragging it up for the Belgian side, and Sharp, Lassance leading the French side. 19-8.
Duck of Death can do here. Can he get that trade on Chico? He sees him. Aims slow, missing some easy shots there, and that's not going to go well for him.
Yeah, also he's proning down there. Not probably the best strategy. You're
Not
really
holding
such
his not holding his
target.
breath either, so that sway is really making it harder for him to aim.
Oh, we even have another Belgian player who seems to be on the MP18. Oh, actually, no. One pitch has switched out
Okay.
to the NCO of the gas squad, so now it's Reverent on the MP18.
Let's see what he can do. A large push here coming from the Belgians on the right side of the trench. See if they can have some success here.
And unfortunately for the French team, Sharp's all the way on the right, so he can't do anything right now. The biggest fragger seems to be out of the action, but
Turer has been doing all right after warming up a little bit. We'll see what he can do here versus Reverend, and
that's going to be the
gets
attack.
kills.
The French is going to go on the assault. The Belgians are not even close.
That's going to be the end of the back and forth on that trench as we move on to the next French trend, or
yeah, this
Belgian
does not
trend.
work good for the Belgians. The French are just going to go unimposed. They're going to get into their trench probably before the Belgians come out.
Well, there are a few. Oh, they do take out that lurker in the no man's land, which is going to be a big part of letting them get this into this next trench unopposed. We do have, it looks like one pitch moving through this trench, but he does get killed by Felix. That's gonna put a damper. Well, it seems like the French have maybe moved a little slowly and not taken this chance to get into the trench for free. They are in on the left side.
They're also in on the right side, two of them. Felix picks up a frag on the tour. So now it's like a 2v1 situation, and that's going to be Benchel getting Reverent. So they have control of both sides.
Except it does seem that there is one Belgian player. Well, there's now several Belgian players converging on the right side, but Benchel is pushing to clear these players out, and Sharp gets the last one. That's going to be the trench cap.
All dead.
And all 8 French players in the trench. That's going to be a cap. And they're already in good positions to defend this next attack.
Somebody has called their gas, so we'll see where that goes down.
Let's see what Patate can do on this far left side, pushing by himself while the rest of his team pushes right. And he's going to get quickly traded there. Let's see what Daycare can do with this main push. There's not that much on the right other than Chico. So if Daycare is going to run straight past him. Oh, I think he hears the shot. Daycare, sprint jumping, gets the kill.
Yeah, the Belgians have gained entry into this trench, but they don't really have a significant foothold. They're just kind of holding on one end.
Let's see if Manu...
Maybe Sharp can get some frags. Oh, no, that's not gonna work.
Let's see what Manu can do here. He's now the hope here for the French on this left side. But his other teammate is going to go down, and Manu not doing anything to get the trade, just kind of standing here in no man's waiting for someone to give him a position where he can get a free kill. And he misses this shot too. Okay, he gets it.
While that was going on, there was actually a push on the right side for the French, and Felix just shut it down, got 2 frags. Now the French are trying to retake their trench, retake this left side, and they're doing a pretty good job of it. They're getting a bunch of kills. The Belgians are basically all gone, except Captain. He's only got a shovel, so he's just not going to be able to do anything. Maybe he'll get 1 kill. Oh, he actually has a rifle now. But that's going to get shut down.
And it looks like we do have an 8th player joining the Central Power side now.
Oh, that'll be good.
That will help them out. Help them out in those trenches, making those caps a lot easier. Let's see who is pushing here. See what Daycare can do. He's been a standout player for Belgium so far. He sees a few.
I think the French may have a knife joining.
That's a little bit interesting.
Squad, maybe just a bug squad.
Yeah, it could be a bug squad. Certainly. Let's see what Captini can do here. Not much. Throws that martyrdom grenade. Not sure he's gonna... Oh, he does get a kill with it, so... Let's see Tourer. He's actually been one of the players that I've not been aware of that I was a little bit more impressed with so far.
And the Belgians get 8, so the French get 9. This is seemingly unfair, but I say this. Look on that right side. The Belgians are basically going up against Felix. He's the only French player against this whole push.
Yeah, that is...
Oh, Benchel did spawn there, so that's good.
And,
but
well,
Felix
he ends up wiping
frags.
it out.
Can he get the third? Can he get the triple? Oh, he's being pushed. Oh, he gets it. That's nice. Nice work there from Felix. Shutting down that whole push.
That's a triple or quad kill, something like that. Looks like there's going to be 2 more coming as well for his teammate here. Let's see what Daycare can do. Maybe he can counter Felix, moving in behind his teammate. This is gonna be a lot of. Oh, he goes in with the bayonet, and that's 2 bayonet kills there. Daycare pushing along.
And the Belgians have
He's
dropped
gonna-
another player.
And Daycare just pushing hard. And it looks like we're gonna have 9 French players versus 7 Belgian players. Not sure what rule set for number of players we're using here, but it seems to be, you know, first, or you know, however many you can get, I guess. But you know, we are seeing it, despite the disparity in number of players for each team, we are seeing an interesting back and forth.
Yeah, the Belgians are at a numerical disadvantage, but I mean, they're still playing pretty well. And I think it's actually, I mean, I know this hasn't been a very, you know, sort of fully fledged out map and competitive, but to me, at least from pubs, I'd say this is a pretty Entente-sided map. So, it's actually, I'm gonna be curious to see what their Entente side's like.
Yes, definitely. That Entente trench is. There's a lot of ways for that first Entente trench for the Entente to get into it. So.
Looks like we're back into an 8v8 now.
That's always good.
French
That's always good.
Players on the Belgian team, or?
Yeah, I guess just using him as a ringer for them in order to balance things out. Fair enough. Let's see what Cap Tiny can do here. Captain, Captainy. I don't know. All these European names, Zab. I'm sure I'm gonna.
Some of them are pretty hard.
Pretty sure I'm gonna butcher most of them. Lord Archibald here, kind of holding off against a large wave of enemies coming, of Belgians. Oh, and he kind of looks away at the wrong moment there and gets him killed. Let's see what Sharp can do. Standout player so far for Team France, using that sawn-off SMLE. Not
Just
a weapon.
gonna run right by Manu. He doesn't know he's on top of the trench. That's kind of awkward. He's just running on through. He's basically behind enemy lines at this point.
Yep,
He's gonna find Chico. Can he give us Sans? Yes, he can. Will Felix? Yeah, Felix will shut them down. Gets 2 frags, but that's what he's gonna get.
Yep. Turer, let's hop in with him. He's been doing pretty well so far.
This is basically a seesaw trench at this point. We got a bunch of Belgians on the left and all of the French team holding on the right, so...
Yeah, this trench can be very chaotic
Captain
because there's...
on the lurk, though, they don't know he's there, and he is basically behind the whole French team. But despite that, I think he was waiting. He waited too long there, just... He lurked for such a long time, and he goes down. Didn't get anything there.
The thing about this particular trench is it kind of has like 2 layers. It's got a higher level and a lower level, which means that it's very easy for one team to control the higher level and another team to control the lower level at the same time and not really have much contention there. So can be a very much a seesaw trench for sure. And let's see Bolashel going in, or Benchel going in for the melee kills and doesn't work out for him.
Goes down, so now it's just Nitrix in a corner at the back of the trench, and I'm pretty sure the French know exactly where he is. They just got the recon, I think. Oh, he just...
There are 2 more players who could push in here right now, and it's only Turer to stop them.
Off, so the Belgians got some momentum now on the left side.
Yeah.
Chico and Manu just gonna wreck Daycare. Nitrix, he takes down Manu, so at least the Belgians holding on the left side a little bit.
Yep, let's take a look at this overhead. Looks like the French have a pretty decent control of the trench, except on that far right side where the Belgians do have a bit of a foothold. Daycare gonna push up. Gets killed by Manu though. And also Manu gonna push and kill Patate or whatever his name is now as well. So it's not a good position for the Belgian team at this point. It seems like their foothold. But now they have a foothold on the left. See, this is what I'm talking about. The one team pushes into the lower section of the trench, and now all of a sudden the other team has the higher section of the trench.
But unfortunately for the Belgians, again, they seem to be down to 6. So it's just not going well for them. I think they even have a French player subbing in for them. So there's only really like 5 Belgian players at this point.
Yeah, it's strange to see so many people disconnecting, considering, you know, they're all playing on the EU server, which is their native server. So it's interesting to see so many disconnects. I'm not sure if people are having technical problems or ping problems or something is going on for the Belgian side.
Generally, he's not helping them out.
And Lasanze diving to gas. I think he may have suffered from the invisible gas glitch there, which can be a...
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Although it was mustard gas, so he might have just died.
Yeah, that's true. Mustard gas can kill you.
Kills you.
very
Even if
quickly.
you put on your gas mask as fast as possible, sometimes you're just dead.
Yep. And Tour here, there's got a player pushing on him. But he doesn't... Oh, it looks like there is a Belgian... There is a couple Belgian players in the trench. One kind of in the back line. Who is that? If I can find him. Okay, let's see. Felix here defending a push from 2 Belgian players. They're past him
It's
now.
kind of a split out.
This is so strange. They've pushed past them and they have no idea. But his teammates...
This is where a lack of communication and recon really will hurt you. You just need that, especially on this map. Information, like,
yeah,
recon is actually even more strong on this kind of a map.
because there's so many just little hidey spots and places where people can slip by where you won't know where they are, that having that recon can really be a godsend.
And now it's all up to Reverend, because he has the foothold, and his team is not even alive. Well, he gets spawns off, so...
Let's see what one pitch can do here. Again, I'm back on the MP40. Reverend on it before, but... And he's just hip firing with it and doing decently, but it's killed by a nade from Sharp. Larocque falling back to hold a defensive position. Probably the correct play at this point, considering the number of players on his team that are in the trench. Checking the enemy's no man's land to make sure there's no reinforcements. Let's hop in with one pitch. He's been a very aggressive player so far for Team Belgium, pushing with that MP18 this whole time and doing pretty well with it, actually. Oh, but he misses the spray there. Gets killed by Felix. Felix just kind of holding. It seems like Team France knows they're up a trench and that they can just play a little bit more defensive here.
Yeah, the problem for the Belgians here is that they're not going to be able to win this game no matter what at this point, but they can at least, you know, get another camp and even the score.
Yeah, well, they can't win this half. They can bring it to 4-3, which will give them a much better chance in that second half from being down 4-2, so... Belgians are going to be trying to get a cap here now.
But the French, I think they're just kind of trying to contest this line. They've been pretty passive. A lot of guys
Just playing passive, trying to prevent the cap at this point is what it seems. Which is probably the correct way to play with this amount of time left. Sure, you can play aggressive and maybe get that extra... Well, I don't even think they're going to have time to get the extra cap now, probably. So, at this point, it's probably best for them to just play passive and try...
are going to go on the attack now, so they can get this trench. So it looks like they've got the numerical advantage in it. And the French, well, you look at the respawns, they're so far back, it's so difficult for them to really get in.
Yeah, but they do have 2 players coming on the left, and both of those players can get in. They can prevent the cap, but one of them has stopped in the no man's. Go to the...
They really can't afford to be trying to get picks from no man's here. This is not how you should be doing that. You need to block the trench.
They really need to just be getting everyone in on that left side where they have that foothold. But no luck for them.
You can see, just look at that capture go down for the French. It is just dwindling at this point, and it's going to be the Belgians who should pick it up.
This is going to give them a much better chance in that second half, actually. Only being down 1 trench, that means, you know, they only have to be up 1 French to tie the game, and only up 2 to win, so...
As this happens, though, the French, they were, but that recap instantly shut down by the Belgians.
I would be surprised if they were able to get a recap here with the amount of time they have left.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard. If the Belgians just play passively, like, they could hold on one end of the trench at this point, block the cap for as long as possible. There's only 1:30, so this should be the end of the match. Round, at least.
At least the end of the half, yep. Well, they do have a pretty good push here on the right side.
It's not really being contested by the Belgians very much.
No, it's not. Tourer pushing up. Actually, they could get a cap here if they play this properly.
They wipe the Belgian team here, they can essentially get the cap, and that looks like
Tourer
that's
playing
what they're doing.
Yes, they are capping now. They should stop pushing. They should stop pushing at this point and hope for the cap. Okay, actually, now they have to push again. They have to get a trade. And Tourer running away from a fight there on that long corridor where there's no cover. That seems a mistake to make. And that's going to be it for that French push is going to get shut down, and maybe playing a little bit overly aggressive there. Or, well, it seems like they were a little bit indecisive, actually, about what to do. Some of them were playing aggressive, some of them playing defensive, and it just kind of led to them getting picked off one by one.
And less than 30 seconds left for the French. Only 1 player in the trench. The rest are stuck in no man's.
Overall, considering the disarray that Team Belgium was having to deal with that whole entire time. Very impressive showing from them.
Yeah, not a bad performance, I think. I think, given their numerical disadvantage, aside, I think they played quite well.
And not only did they have a numerical disadvantage that time, but Nitrix was having some pretty severe lag the entire time from what I could see, so...
Like this ping, well, as we say, this captainy with, oh my goodness, Nitrix 702 ping. It's like 2 of their players are just lagging out here. Got 290 captainy and 702 in Nitrix, I'm showing.
Alright, be interesting to see what happens in this second half.
I'll be curious to see if we run the same squads or they want to switch it up. I just would like to see more recon, given that it's just so obvious how many times in this match there were situations where people were running around the enemy that didn't know where somebody was because they were around the corner.
Well, obviously players like One Pitch very comfortable with the MP18. That may lead their teams to feeling like they ought to run at least one.
It's true.
One assault squad.
Can't tell who's... What's going on?
I believe this is the second half.
Yeah. Can't tell who's attacking.
Yeah, it's hard to
Looks
tell
like
from spectator.
it'll be the
Germans.
Belgians.
No, the French are attacking first.
Oh.
Looks
Yeah,
like
right.
since they auto restarted the match rather than waiting for it to restart from the since the admin forced the restart of the match, the Entente attack first rule got broken. I believe that's what happens. You have to wait for it to restart the half by itself. Otherwise, it breaks. So, they won't have the advantage of attacking first Belgium here, but they will have the advantage of having a somewhat sorry, not Belgian-sided map, Entente-sided map. But of course, a large part of that being Entente-sided is that the Entente can attack first, so... And the French are already having a foothold on both sides of the trench. Belgians kind of sandwiched in the middle here. Sure, are gonna try and push up. And that's gonna be a quick wipe of the Belgians. Let's see what they can do here pushing back. There's 4 of them rather pushing down here with both Daycare and One Pitch, 2 of their better players, as well as Chico, who's been decent on defense as well. They do get a trade kill there. One Pitch trading Chico, but Archibald's gonna wipe out some of them, and that leaves One Pitch alone to try and harass the enemy line, and he's going to get picked off by Sharp. Sharp also using that MP18 now. And that's the other thing to consider is now players like One Pitch are stuck without their MP18 if that's their signature weapon. They're now on Entente, they don't get that. And it does seem as though the Entente Belgian side is running double recon now.
Somebody's saying, stop it.
I don't know. Now speaking a language that I do not speak, so let's see what Lord can do here. And of course we do have some French players standing in for the Belgians today.
There's just 1 pitch left now, so Belgians being sufficiently shut down at this point.
Yep, One Pitch gets picked off by Turer there, and that's gonna be, well, with such a foothold set up and such a good defense set up by the French side, it's going to be difficult for Belgium to have any recourse at this point. They're going to have to make a hard push together, try and get a foothold. Let's see what Reverent can do here, kind of at the front of the push. Being that recon NCO, he does have a lot of sprint, but he's going to hold back, let his...
Actors are just getting shut down,
and they're
a single frag.
And Reverent just lets his teammate push up there and gets no trade. He gets the kill now, but that's far too late to be considered a trade kill. Maybe Belgium going to have to work on their trading here. Daycare fighting Felix. Felix just spamming that, and Sharp pushes up, gets the kill with the MP18.
That was some good teamwork there, actually, from the side. So, once again, the Belgians, all the way in the back of their trench, really nothing going for them, and There's only a minute and a half left. I think this is going to be the last major push they can get off. If this doesn't work out for them, then...
Though they do have quite a bit of an opening there on that far right side. Only one player over there if they can push it. But it does seem like the French are aware of this and are spreading out to fill it up. And that's going to be... They're going to have to put off some amazing play in order to shut down this French side now. Let's see what one pitch can do. An impressive player in the last half, but without that MP18, can he keep it up?
Addo's all alone. He's probably... Yeah, he goes down there. So the Belgians have gained entry into that right side. French pretty much getting wiped. Way two left. So the Belgians, they're gonna get a foothold. They're gonna get in, secure that right side.
Yes, they are. Let's see what one pitch can do here. A very aggressive player pushing immediately while the rest of his team holds back to try and hold that foothold. He's gonna try and flank them through this kind of... Never mind. He's gonna go back to the main thing. His teammate calls that out. He misses easy shots on Tur, but gets the third. And gonna miss another, shooting down a hallway full of people, missing that shot. He's getting flanked here. He's gonna have to be aware of that. And his reload cancels, but he gets the melee kills. That is, well, that was unlucky for that French player with the nade out.
The number of times one pitch should have been dead at this point is crazy.
is very, very high. But he misses that player. Now he's okay. We do have a Belgian push on the left side as well. One pitch wreaking havoc in this trench. Giving an opening for the rest of his team, and he spawns 3 people as well. This is the best chance the Belgians have had to retake this trench at this point. He avoids his back though, not checking those angles, gets himself killed.
It's so chaotic and they all go down.
Yeah, they kind of get sandwiched there, which doesn't go well for them.
And now Jaeger gets one, but they know where he is. He actually spawns his team. It's crazy. That grenade's gonna get one, I think.
Using that 1911 as well, one of the better pistols in the game at this point. More consistent with its damage than many of the others.
Well, I don't know. French are just running by Derek here. Are they confused? Is there no communication?
I don't know. My best guess is they don't know where he is. Both his teammates go down, so he's going to be the last one here. It looks like Oswald has an idea where he is going to be able to get that kill. But again, we have more Belgians in the trench. They're just using this havoc that one pinch created earlier to just kind of keep it going, I guess. The havoc began, and
yeah, they're just taking advantage of sort of the constant disarray and fighting that's going on. There's always gaps, they can always get back in for a foothold, but now it's just one pitch on top. He's the only player alive. If they kill him, then that's going to be the foothold, but he gets spawns, and I don't think the French team knew where he was.
Yep, let's see what Chico can do here. Sure, pushing up aggressively when he sees a player there. Interesting push rather than peeking, just pushing straight while sprinting.
I think, I don't know, Mano doesn't know. So still don't know where one pitch is, it seems. They still are not sure. I think they might check him. Yeah, I think Benchel should see this guy and call it out.
Lassans definitely saw him there. They were exchanging fire, but no other member of the team going to get him. Archibald going. I think there may be some confusion about where he is.
There's definitely confusion. They don't see
He just keeps picking them off one by one. They have no idea.
Mano should be able to get up top there and kill him, but he isn't doing it either. I mean, there's just complete confusion.
Do they not have a... Yeah, they should have a recon plane. He is still getting kills from up there.
One pitch, it's just not dying. He refuses to
Sharp
die
is aware where he is. There we go. Sharp finally finishes him off.
Took way too long there. Although, somehow, there's only one player who is prone, doing nothing. He's AF. What? They just... No, don't walk over your... No, you walked over the enemy. What is happening, Soren? You're walking over the enemy. You walked right over top of him.
Wait, where is... Is he just... What? How is he just prone there?
What is happening?
Just playing dead is working.
How is he not dead?
And it's not like... They should have had a recon squad by now. With how long...
Is he bugged?
No.
They're just running over...
No, he's just lying there. I mean, I think
two players just lying down now. Sharp has run over both of them.
I think it's because there's a large number of dead bodies there. That he's just lying in them.
That has to be it. I'm playing on low gore settings, so I can't see it.
Let me see. Is he still alive? No, he's dead now. Oh no, he is still alive.
Yeah, Captain E is still prone.
He doesn't see, he seems pretty obvious to see.
Lassance is just running over him. He must be bugged or something.
Yeah, we may be seeing some sort of spectator bug, I'm not sure.
Just ignore it for now.
I mean, it is counting him as a player in the trench, so I think he may just be lying there. I'm not... How many times have they ran over him?
It appears as though he's lagging out. I mean, he has 78, 98 ping, so...
No, I believe he is lying there intentionally.
But I don't know. Anyway, while this goes on, the Belgians holding on the far left and the French holding on the far right. Bit of a seesaw action going on again.
Yep. Let's see what's going on from above. One pitch.
This one, my captain, he finally disconnected.
So he was lagging out. Bugged. Seems like he was lagging out. Let's see what Reverend can do here. Gets kicked.
Interestingly, we have a Doughboy squad in play now. And that's one way to clear out the trench.
Yep. That is interesting.
Bad thing right now is for the Belgians is there's no one alive. French, they're gonna gain so many people into the trench before Belgians can even contest.
Well, that has to be the first time I've seen an AFK player hold a trench for maybe 5 minutes.
I have never seen an AFK player be so beneficial.
Yes. Alright. Looks like the French are electing for a more spread out push. Nitrix with the shotgun now, which may be relatively effective considering his lag, except no, he lags out right as the enemy peeks him. Nitrix.
The French get on the right side, but Belgians are holding them back, getting those frags, shutting it down. Can Daycare will take down Felix, that was nice.
Reverend flanks through this little... Oh, that was smart. His teammate got the kill first, but...
Despite the good resistance, the French still have the entire mid, and the Belgians are isolated. One player at one end.
Let's see, can Lassance... Oh, the Belgians spawn here. He's gonna wait to fire, but... Looks like they had a recon plane up there. One pitch knows where he is. Nitrix just having some serious lag. Let's see what Turer can do here. He's gonna get picked off by Nitrix.
Nitrix might have the lag, but that trench gun is so powerful.
Let's see what...
anything.
Yep. Well, I think it might be a decent decision to go, okay, this player is having horrible lag, but give them the trench gun. It might actually work out for them because of how much spread the weapon has. Sharp just making work with this MP18.
It's double kill there.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly is a good gun. The problem is that it's stuck in a less than efficient squad.
Benchol having a bit of trouble trying to shovel a rock, but does do it eventually.
Part of the big trouble as a rifle player fighting an MP18 like this is as soon as he gets a shot off, it's going to start suppressing you. Even if he doesn't get that first shot, it's going to make your shot harder.
Yeah, and even if, you know, whereas if he had a bolt action rifle, if he missed, he'd obviously have to revolt, but his follow-up shot is basically instantly, so...
Exactly.
It's kind of a disadvantage sometimes in the CQC environment.
Obviously, at a disadvantage at long range, considering the long range damage output of that weapon, but you're not really having many of those fights on this map, so... Definitely.
The French destroying that Belgian spawn. That's only Chica left now. Oh, two are missing. Trying to go for the stab, doesn't get it. And Quid's gonna shut him down finally. The whole Belgian team dead. So I'm thinking the French are gonna cap this.
They are gonna make a hard push here on this right side though, but they're gonna get a lot of them wiped out.
Almost their whole team dead before they even get in here. Now it's just one pitch. Manu's reloading.
Gonna get pushed from behind. Felix gonna get the trade though. Good positioning from him. And that's gonna be a cap.
If they can kill him, that would be no respawn. Although he's going aggressive.
And he does get a respawn on one of his players. Or two, rather.
And another one spawns in, so that's a whole squad in the trench now.
That is the...
just Quinn Oswald on this right side. He's all alone.
They're showing the power of recon.
That's recon right there for you.
Reverend doesn't see the player on his left side. His FOV probably a little bit smaller than mine here. I'm not seeing that player. On a map like this, though, turning up your FOV might actually be beneficial.
This map kind of, to a certain way, takes out traditional strategy. Just kind of throws it out the window.
It's definitely a different meta than most of the other competitive maps, that's for sure. And a very back and forth map with so many little areas to slip through and lurk. Really a very good map for aggressive players.
As this goes on, the Belgians are down to 2 now. Both holding in the mid. They're gonna get pinched.
Yeah, being stuck in the middle like that. But those players on the left aren't pushing either, and they've just gotten a spawn. If they can push out of here and push to one of the edges, they may be in a good position.
Gas going down in the middle and no man's there. That might hurt the Belgians' ability to push through.
Probably. It may have been a misclick.
Yeah, not a really great placement for them. Unless the Belgians spawn in it, it could be deadly then.
Lorok hunting down this French player.
Felix might end up contesting Lorok.
Open. He gets 4 players.
So Lorok should intelligently try and get away there, not fight that.
I don't think he had any idea there was even anyone over there.
Yeah.
He might have heard footsteps after the people spawned, though. Chico here going to be facing a push of most of the German team here, and is going to get picked off accordingly.
This is some pretty effective trading there for the French, though. They're pushing up aggressively. One guy goes down, they can still get the trade. Sharp gets another frag there. And now the Belgians are down to 2, and their sandwich is very awkward.
Sharp making a nice flank. Does he see that player up on the rock, though? No. Revenant going to get killed by that.
Now the French know where he is, so they're going to try and... Even though they know where he is, he's still holding. And he's going to get the spawn.
That is a good spot for him. Not a spot you would normally pre-aim, which is what got Sharp. And Clint Oswald not even seeing him. Obviously, some multiple players not seeing him, even though his position should be called out. He's going to get flanked here, maybe by Lord Archibald just sitting.
Oh, he finally shuts him down.
Let's see who is this player? If I can find the right player. Daycare pushing up here quite aggressively, using that Enfield, American Enfield. But he's going to get quickly picked off by Tour, just sprinting around that corner, not checking any angles whatsoever. Nitrak's going to try and protect this spawn here from his teammate. But they can't even spawn because they're using a Marine squad. Daycare being super aggressive as the NCO of a Marine squad.
The French team is gone. The only player left is Lord Archibald. And
okay, they do get a respawn, which means he's placed his... It's important to note that
whole French team goes down.
Daycare has placed his command aura around where Captani is spawning, so Captani can spawn people as long as he holds this position, but he's not going to have any maneuverability. And it looks like they've...
To point out, though, that the French have dropped the players now to 77.
And it seems that the Belgians have capped that trench back as well.
Yeah, so they did. They did get the capture. The whole French team got wiped, and the Belgians just were able to cap it. Matrix was wall hacking.
Obviously.
Maybe some friendly banner.
Friendly banner, yeah. More like wall lagging from what we've seen. Lorok. Near some enemies here. They're going to be pushing in. Oh, his teammate's going to be able to get that kill. But he's... Is there someone shooting at him? I'm not sure.
It looks like Captainy. He's just always so sneaky.
But yeah, he has been a very sneaky player so far. Not getting a lot of kills, but playing that sort of spawning role that his team needs. Sharp is able to get the 180 flick there.
So the French have got this. They don't have the left side on lockdown, but they do have it right now.
Sharp gonna get one pitch there.
Now. The Belgians kind of push back this sort of the top side of this hill. Sharp just going ham. Oh, he takes down both players. And this game have just been crazy.
Yeah, and that is the left side lockdown for the French team. And Sharp's going to continue going on the aggression.
Oh. The French started taking over this trench now. The Belgians trying to push back from mid, gain some control back, but now the French have elements on both sides. The Belgians sort of isolated at one end in the middle. Very awkward for them right now.
And they lose the left side, which means they're just going to be stuck in the middle, easily pinched.
The Belgians get a respawn on that far
Sharp,
left. That could be massive for them. They can flank these French players, do a lot of damage. Sorry, yeah.
That's a good spawn for them. Reverend missing shots, though. And they're going to push into this middle. Let's see what Tur can do. Can he hold off this push from one pitch? One pitch misses that first shot, and Tur is going to get the second.
The French are going to capture it back. So that's massive for them. With so little time left in the game, this is going to be really, really hard for the Belgians to try and capture this gap back and then go on the offensive.
Yeah, and they have to be up 2 in order to win. I don't think they can even win at this point. They could.
At this point, it's only a draw.
If they can have a perfect game from here on out, they could have a draw, but that seems pretty unlikely.
Yeah, it's going to be so hard.
Though they do have a good foothold, and if they all push together here and trade effectively, they can wipe the team. And Reverend misses an easy shot on Sharp, which is going to lead to most of his team getting sprayed down by that.
They had a lot of players there, but they just got shot down. And, you know, Captain, I don't know if he's having problems, but again, he's just prone. Really,
I'm not sure.
He's playing.
I think he's just playing
really just go prone like that.
I think he's just playing a very sort of passive style. We have seen players do this in the past with some effectiveness. A player that comes to mind is Doom Nukem, who played on CT during the finals and had a nearly 40 kills just by playing those sort of prone off angles, spawning his team. So it is something that can be effective if you know how to do it. Captani.
Phosphorus also coming in.
Yeah, definitely. Some smoke. Captani definitely taking that sort of strategy to an extreme, though, and just laying in, finding a spot that he likes in the trench and laying into it for most of the time. Though he may be having connection issues as well, so just trying to make the best of it.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, for the Belgians, they really have nothing going for them, and with so little time left in the game, I don't foresee it. Yeah, they're just not going to be able to tie this game up, so...
They could still try and cap a trench, you know, just...
I mean, if they cap this trench, like, right now, then sure, they might have, like, 30 seconds to, take the trench.
You know, obviously, you know, capping a trench, just, you know, making the score a little bit closer, you know, certainly make you feel a little bit better about the result.
I mean, to be fair to them, they have played this match basically down a player, so I think
for a lot of it,
the circumstances, they played quite well.
No, I would say the Belgians did play quite well. Players like Daycare showing... Daycare in the first half, he hasn't shown up as much in the second half, but...
But I think it will be worth pointing out, though, that the French team, a little bit of a carry, just a little bit.
Yeah, Sharp carrying very, very heavily. Clint Oswald...
57 frags, that is ridiculous.
Clint Oswald putting up a good show as well, but, you know, on the Belgian side, we've seen some impressive players, such as One Pitch and Reverend, players that I haven't seen play before, and playing relatively decently.
It's a very, the Belgian side's quite a mixed spread, whereas the French side is a very...
top-heavy.
Yeah. I mean, Sharp, there is no player. No player even has half his kills.
Yeah, Clint Oswald nearly,
closest at 24. Yeah, with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, it will be impossible for the Belgians to tie this game. So the French are going to win it. Just a question of how much.
Yes. Of course, probably the expected result, considering that Belgium was down players.
I definitely think you'd have to expect it, given the numerical circumstance.
But yes, Sharp really showing his value with some unorthodox weapons.
Might be unorthodox, but he made it work. He's up to 61 kills now.
Well, certainly if you were to talk about this map, the last word you would probably use is orthodox, so...
That's true. This is not a traditional map by any regard.
Archibald losing to Luger here. Gets a kill on Lorak. And you get Reverend. Reverend's been a player so far who's shown some very strong passive play, just knowing good positions to play from.
Yeah, One Pitch has been a really aggressive fragger who's done quite a bit for his team. Reverend's kind of been more passive, but he's held some really effective angles.
And Daycare has played well as kind of a, you know, sort of a middle ground between the two, maybe. And showing aggression at times, but also passivity when needed. So, Team Belgium, if they can, you know, shore up those kind of players who are disconnecting and get some more reliable last couple of players.
Even though this match was a decisive win for the French, I still feel as though the French were top-heavy, and in a lot of cases it seemed like there was no communication.
Yeah.
Like,
really,
you know,
Team Belgium having
situations where just One Pitch is holding on the top of the trench. It seems like they should know where he is, but just not some effective comms.
Yeah, or again, Reverend holding that position by the rocks, that elevated position, and them getting 4 or 5 kills before they're able to trade him.
Yeah, for both teams, some mistakes were being made, and
but obviously that is to be expected, considering this is just their first scrim.
Yeah, it takes time to develop effective communication and learn how to work together when you're a new roster.
Certainly. Especially all these different players coming from playing on different teams previously, maybe have sort of different expectations, different ideas, different call-outs
I
even.
think some of these guys also may not really be as experienced when it comes to 88.
That's
I
true.
could be wrong. I will admit I don't really know a lot of these guys.
Yeah, I haven't followed the EU scene that much.
That's gonna be the game though.
Yep, that's
French
gonna be the
pick it up.
game. I believe the French winning there by 3 trenches, I think. Because it was 4-3 the first half and then 1-3 the second. So yes, that is a 4 trench, or a 3 trench win there for the French side.
Yeah, and Sharp finishing that with 63 kills. That's
Yep, final score being 4-7 for the French side. And that's just in the second half. He was fragging very well in the first half as well. So, all right, that's going to be that game. More games to come. I believe we have coming up also a Belgium versus Finland later today. So, look for that video as well. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching.